Hey everybody, listen, here we have the Alpine kit. This one right here is the MRP Alpine M500, and we have some goodies here. It's the SWS-12D4. Really wasn't going to make another video. There's a lot of people have been asking me about the newer amp of this, which is the MV. But as I was saying to a couple people, this is still a good amp. There's really not too much difference between the new one and this one right here, except for the new one has a smaller footprint, which this is it. I didn't do an unboxing for you guys. You should pretty much know what's inside. But the new one, probably from this line to about right here, so it's going to be lighter and shorter. There is like on the new one that this one does not have is the ability to have the remote and to make your adjustments and whatnot. So let's get this out of the packaging here. That's not gonna, let's do it from this side. Sorry about this, having a little trouble getting it out. One-handed use. Okay. So there she is. One of the differences, which this one does not have, the new one does, is you can see these terminals here. Well, the new one actually has kind of a cylinder hole where you can just stick the wire right in. You don't have to use any ring terminals, which this one you do. I believe it's a plus on the new one, or you don't got to deal with these things, especially if you're using a little bit of a thicker gauge wire. You can just boop right in, you're good to go. So that's that on there. You have these little side things, which once you put them on, sorry, wrong one. They screw into place. Comes with the necessary screws, which is right here. I already took them out, as you can see, and it would look like that. Me personally, I don't ever use these things. Theoretically, once you have your settings and everything set up, and you just put these on, you really wouldn't have to go back. But if something's a problem, fuse blows, line, something like that, you want to check out. I just think it's a lot easier when these are off, especially when you have it, mounted in there somewhere in your trunk or on your speaker box. You don't have to work around this. This is already off. You can just get to it. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, yeah. All right. It takes a few minutes, a couple seconds, whatnot, to unscrew this. But hell, no one's really looking in your trunk anyway, unless you're showing it off, and it really doesn't look that bad, like this. Anyway, so as I was saying to a couple people, I do have the newer one, which I have a video about. But this is still a great amp. It's still a great amp. Same specs. I think the new one can, has a little bit different frequencies besides the terminal and being able to remote and a smaller footprint. But it still doesn't weigh a lot. It's still a small package. So if you're, worried about that, you still got something pretty nice. And the plus are these things are crazy cheap right now. Alpine's phasing them out. They're just replacing them with a new one. It's not like the new one is some different line. It's not. It's just replacing this. Every couple of years you got to replace it, upgrade, and do what you got to do. So that's what that is. But I believe I got this for like 130, 500 watts monoblock. I mean, you can't beat that. Not with a stick. So hey, if you like Alpine, great. If you don't, you think they're crap, don't worry about it. And even if you do think they're crap and you buy it for $130 and it doesn't pan out, shit, what do you care? Me personally, I love them. I've always had a great experience with them. Not else much to say. Here's the specs. 500 watts RMS at 2 ohms. 300 watts RMS at 1. I mean at 4. What am I saying? Sorry. Let me repeat that. 500 watts at 2 ohms get you the full 500 watts. 4 ohms get you 300 watts. So what you're going to need is one of these bad guys. The SWS-12, basically that D4 means dual coil, and that's 4. So that's what you're gonna need. I made the mistake one time of buying the 2, but the D2, which would only give me 1 ohm or 8, and want that. So this is what you want. Again, no unboxing with that. This is pretty much what you're gonna get. These speakers come with some cross wires, which I call them, might be called something else, but here that is. You got your paper, everything you need to know, and if you're confused, give you all the specs that you need as well in here. There and mainly that's not too much important, but if you're confused on how to wire, it gives you a complete wire diagram. So for instance, if you're using one amplifier, one subwoofer, it gives you the layout of how you want to wire and use your cross wires, your jumpers. So there you go, and that would expand to most any setup you need. Those wires, which I already plugged up, you know, just to save me, will look like this, and this is set up at 2 ohms. That's how these jumpers are, and there you go. That's what they look like. That is the proper setup. Very, very easy to use. Come in a package. They literally just pull out, and you're gonna go negative to negative, positive to positive, and that will get you your 2 ohms. Simple. You have your push rod, push connectors. So when you want to connect your speaker wire, you're just going to push that down. There it is. Put your wire in, release, and voila. There it is. And there's not much else. Okay. This little rubber piece here is actually the, I want to say insulator, I guess, that goes to the top here just to cover the screw mounts, you know, make it a little bit more pretty. So that's, you can see them there, and that would be it. I mean, when you screw it down, put that back together, wire it up, and that's what it is. I'm not going to go in full spec of both things. Both of these products have been out for a while. Most of you should know. What I should have done, which I'm probably not going to do, maybe I'll do some time in the future. I have the newer version of this amp, the MRV, and I was going to actually just take it out of one of my cars, come in here, do side by side. You can see much more detailed comparison, size-wise, weight-wise, connectors, and you can see they're like the remote setup, but it's pretty much the same. So anyway, if this helps you, great. If it doesn't, if it was a complete waste of your time watching this video of 4 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it is, sorry, you're not going to get that time back. Sucks for you. Otherwise, there it is. Just quick review, something to do, go over it with you guys. Anyway, thanks a lot. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll try to do the best I can to get back to you. Thanks.